hey, I'm not recording this at 3 a.m. in the morning, but it is 2 in the morning, so it's still late. But if you're new here, hi, my name is Renika Shador, and I'm an artist. Welcome to my channel. Today we'll be going over my fashion sketchbook. I had this sketchbook for over 2 years now, and I've had this sketchbook for the longest, but it's been completed over obviously some years now. The sketches, how I've created fashion has definitely changed over the years. As you will see in the sketches, I've created this fashion without bodies because this is before I learned proper human anatomy. And I like to believe I've gotten better at drawing clothes. So I got this sketchbook from a store called Five and Below, where everything is like $5 or below that. And I also got some illustration markers from there, alcohol markers. They were not the best, as you can see, because it's clearly bleeding through. Like, I might as well have drawn it on the other side. I do think some of the clothes you see in here are pretty cute, and I would like to redraw them again now in my style. Like, for example, this dress right here that says Love Always. The lettering is inspired by the I Love Lucy show, like how they drew the title card. It's supposed to be for Valentine's Day. I would love to create these clothes and render it better. Most of the designs you will see in this sketchbook come from my imagination. I'm heavily into K-pop, and I'm heavily inspired by the clothes I see some of the idols wear, how it's very creative and out there. Also, the Met Gala, and sometimes when I want to create a design, I like to play certain songs and think about what outfits I will wear to perform those songs. This sketchbook was not only used for fashion, but it was mostly used for fashion. Sometimes I would carry this sketchbook around me with me on my walks just to get some creativity out. This is one of my favorite designs in this sketchbook. It's heavily inspired by spider webs, and I would love to see maybe someone like Zendaya wear this outfit, or I would like to wear this outfit myself. I would love to one day be able to sew these clothes, but I know it'd be hard considering the patterns, how intricate the patterns are. This particular dress was inspired by Cinderella. I don't necessarily like the colors I chose. Like, it was supposed to be like this very shimmery dress like Cinderella's, like light blue, but I was just mixing colors together. Yeah, so as you can see, like I said, I was using this sketchbook for sketching. Obviously using the name. I mean, I sometimes when I was just bored and I needed to get my creativity out of the way, or when I needed to be productive, I would sketch random things. I created a painting based on this sketch right here, but that painting is horrible, and I'm gonna cut it up and save it for scraps for a mixed media piece. But I would love to recreate this piece, maybe even render it digitally, make it a sticker or a print, just do something with it. Not all of this art in here is terrible. I may be wrong about that. This is an outside view drawing. I was just doing whatever in the sketchbook. I did not try my hardest. I mean, I tried my hardest with the fashion, but when I just had a pencil and this paper, I did not care that much. Also, I want to say, considering I got the sketchbook from a store called Five and Below, the paper quality was not the best. So I would have some markers and it was just like so rough. Or when I tried to erase, it was like, I don't want to say the paper was shedding, but I feel like, I hope you get what I mean by kind of shedding and tearing. So this dress was inspired by trees. I couldn't draw a realistic tree, so I just tried it. So I broke the tree down in shapes, and this is how the trees came out. I would love to paint these trees like that, and I turned it into a dress. I don't like the markers I chose for that. Okay, now I still love this outfit to this day. I would love to have a black and blue checkered suit, tailored suit with like a tank top or with the sweetheart neckline. I would love to wear it. Like, I can imagine myself in that outfit. Ooh, okay. Obviously, you can see I had some questionable tastes at the time I created a sketchbook. When did I have this sketchbook? It was like 2023, maybe 2022. I was only 19, but still, 19 me and 22 me have different fashion style tastes, because I definitely wouldn't have created that gray dress with the pink flowers. And some of these sketches you see here, I have turned them into paintings. Like, I have put these dresses on models, and they look somewhat better, but they could still use some work. I may or may not show them one day. Also, at the time of the sketchbook, I had a church member give me those little booklets. Like, these were 10 different tops you can use in your fashion sketches and how to draw them and what they're called. And so Mitch matched them to create different outfits. I was still pretty terrible at drawing shoes. Also in the sketchbook, sometimes I would just doodle, creating a pattern, and then I would try to make an outfit from that pattern. In hindsight, thinking about it, I think this would make my fashion creating these sketches more difficult, because I would have to recreate the pattern, and that is a lot of time. And I need to learn how to obtain fabrics, different patterns, and create fashion from that, so I don't have to keep paying for different fabrics and embroidering. Yeah. So here I am getting into a little bit of anatomy, putting clothes on figures, I will say. But ooh, that figure is wonky. Look at those arms and those legs. Yeah, that is just terrible. That is like some 12-year-old me. But to be fair, I never really learned anatomy till like a year ago. But boy, those arms, why do they look like that? This design is inspired by Alice in Wonderland. Okay, the head and the hair is fine, but those arms, they look like noodles. But yeah, as you can see, at this time I was taking costume design classes, and they had scraps of fabric, so I would try to find scraps of fabric that match the designs, or make designs based on that fabric. Here is another pattern or another doodle I turned into an outfit. It's inspired by, I guess, not Betsy Johnson clothes, but based on Betsy Johnson herself, just because she has a very punk and creative style, and I would love to see her wear something like this. Okay, so this is a design I created for me and my friends. We call ourselves For Lifers, even though it's just the three of us, because we're going to be friends for life. And I wanted to create a logo for us. I don't know why. This is not the final logo, but it was just a logo I was testing out. Oof, more pitiful designs. Okay, but I like that brown and white outfit, and my friend liked it as well. So I would say that's like, okay, I can see some potential in me, I would say. This would definitely be like top 3 outfits I have to design. I apologize if I'm talking too fast. I'm from the South, and I heard we talk slow, so I'm trying to talk faster for YouTube videos. And also, I didn't realize how fast I was flipping through the pages. Okay, this is another dress that I think has the potential to be great. On the left there's a list of fashion designers that I wanted to do some research on. I still haven't found the time to do that, or put in the thought to do that. And if you know any list of fashion designers I really should get more into, please let me know. But yeah, I think that dress has the most potential. That is supposed to be like a long sleeve with shorts and a cape attached to it. Oof. It's just, I guess, boring to me. But the one on the right, I think that's pretty. I think it'd be cute for like a Valentine's Day collection. That's the only thing I would say is something I find tricky about fashion design, is making whole collections based on a theme. because as you can see, my ideas are all out of order. On the right, those are outfits I thought based on stars. I think they could be cute too, but also they look outdated. Even though like I said, I drew these designs in like 2022, 2023, I think these designs are very, very outdated. Oh, someone was hitting on me as I was drawing this. Like, I was just in the library sketching on this, and a guy was coming up to me asking me what I was working on. I was just like very, very awkward. He offered to get me coffee. I said no because I thought he would come back. One, because I feel like I would owe him, and two, that was going to start a conversation. He was cute, but I just remember trying to, like, I saw him at the front of the building when I was done sketching, and I went around the back so I wouldn't have to talk to him. Anyways, here are some wedding dresses. I guess wedding dresses that I'm inspired by. The one on the left is supposed to be really ruffly. That's not a word, but you get what I mean. This outfit I imagined for like a librarian, like a green vest with a flannel skirt type thing. I would also like to see this design come to life. If I have time, I mean, I do have time, I just don't want to, or I don't want to put in the time, I'm just not super motivated. I think I'll render this because I think I'd like to see how I draw them now, especially this one. This is inspired by the Queen of Hearts, or yeah, Queen of Hearts. That's a card, right? That goes to show how much I play card games and stuff. Or the Queen in Alice in Wonderland. Let me say that queen, the Red Queen. It's been a while since I watched that movie. Anyway, I think these designs can really look good with some shading, detail, just anything. More like color. I could do so much more with this now if I just put in the time and the effort. Plus, I could have a portfolio to show to people when I want to go to if I go to grad school for costume design. This dress is inspired by royalty. I don't know why I can't talk. And also the Met Gala. I would love to see this outfit. I would love to wear this at a Met Gala or have a celebrity wear this at a Met Gala. But also I feel like it's a little outdated compared to the creative themes the Met Gala has had recently. I don't know. This might be better than some outfits I've seen at the Met Gala though. It's worth a shot. Here's my attempt of drawing more, I guess you could say, masculine clothes, because I want my clothes to be more inclusive. I don't want anyone to feel left out. I know there's only so much you can do with that, but I want people who are feminine presenting and masculine presenting to feel included in the fashion. I feel like there is something for them. Here's me trying to be more creative, just doodle something. As you can see, my sketches are very flat at the time. I didn't really put in the time during this to really get into shading and dimension. It was just like, I'll just create a basic sketch and worry about the rest later, which is a very bad habit of mine. Here is a dress inspired by the fall or pumpkins. Pumpkins in the fall, something like that. Yeah, I think this could be really cute, especially with those shoes. I did really good on those shoes, surprisingly. As you can see, for some of these sketches, it was like I may have been inspired by what someone else was wearing, or I had the ideas for a dress in mind, did the basic sketch, planned to color it later, but as you can see, I did, in fact, not. Ooh, I want to say I just showed this particular design to someone. I'm so ashamed I did that. Why can't I talk? Yeah, I think I showed this design to someone. I don't know why, considering how flat it is. I didn't even try. Oh, like I said, I was in a costume design class. Here is some designs I made for my first ever play that I was given. Like, we were given plays and we had to render our own costumes for them. And this was the first time that I put clothes on actual humans, or at least like full rendered humans or foreplay. That was a duplicate design, and as it was foreplay called Airline Highway. I highly recommend you read that play. It's very interesting. It's kind of hard to see, but I have like a section of papers clipped because they are that horrible. At least to me, they were. And I just, it makes my skin crawl knowing I created that art and thought, yeah, that's fine. Well, I would just say I don't think it was like I intentionally created bad art. It was just like, let me just doodle this so I can have something to film. But I didn't really put more thought into it, and so they were just not quality. Like I said, these are some early sketches of the characters I had to design for in the play. They turned out to be better than the actual ones I turned in for homework. I think my friend suggested I draw a swan dress. And this is my version of that. But I can't remember what show. I just know a show on Disney Channel has someone wearing a swan dress, and it reminded me of that. Boy. The dress on the left is inspired by fairies. That little doodle was created by a friend of mine, and I just kept it in my sketchbook ever since. I remember I filmed a TikTok for the video on the right. I took it down and I'm glad I took it down because, oof, like, why are her eyes yellow? Just a bunch of chicken scratch in the back of this sketchbook. Oof. Okay, this sketch is not that bad. I tried to turn this into painting. Like, my college had a painting night, and I was trying to show off by recreating it, but it ended up being horrible, so I just painted something else, and I'm glad I did. I think I threw that painting away. I don't throw paintings away now. I just cut them up, use the scraps for mixed media. Yeah. During this time in the sketchbook, I was really getting into graffiti inspired art. I really like art that's chaotic, has a street style to it. I guess you can say similar to, is it Basquiat? I think that's how you say it. Also, during this time, I was experimenting with oil pastels. I still have some, and I would like to create more art with them. I don't mind this design. I actually kind of like it. I like certain aspects of it. But it's... I'm still trying to get into my art style of organized chaos, if that makes sense. Now, this page is just bad. Like, I don't know what mindset I was in creating sketches, but I was just not thinking. I think what it is, I just need to sketch something out. And I get it, you gotta create bad art every once in a while, but it was just like, Renika, back to back. Yeah, I was just trying to create that oil pastel piece that's like, ooh, it's so chaotic, but it's interesting and it looks good. But no, these are all crap. This one, I like the flowers, sorta. The rest, oofy. Like, looking at these pages, it comes to my head that someone commented on one art reveal I had that, oh, my 12-year-old can paint better than you, or my 12-year-old paints the same as you. And I'm like, looking back at this sketchbook, you're right. The random art, that's math. The random math for a homework assignment. Back to the sketchbook. I need to go to bed. Yeah, like, these are little kid drawings. I think I was just testing them out. I need to stop. I need to give myself grace. These are terrible. These are terrible, but they obviously had a purpose. I need to get something out. Here I was trying to work out, I guess you can say shading or blending, or working out drawing faces with different colors, except how I drew the eyes and nose and mouth was all the way off. Abstract cookies. I could really go for some chocolate chip cookies right now. Like those soft, ooey gooey chocolate chip cookies from McDonald's or from a real live bakery. This was a continuous line sketch that I did for TikTok. People seem to really like it and it got a lot of views, but I don't understand why. This is not good in the slightest. And I'm not saying that to get sympathy. It's just not good, like, compared to my other art. Come on now. Okay, now here's where we get to the good part. And it's all the way at the end. This is my, what would these things look like as humans. I still do that now. Like, I have instruments as humans. Here are some Care Bears. Didn't do faces because it's hard for me to draw faces on small figures like that. During this time for anatomy, I was just tracing the outline of things and then filling in the meat of the body, if that makes sense. These don't look half bad, actually. I'm really proud of them. Here are another 4 lifers drawing. It's for me and my 3 friends. 3 friends, that's 2 friends. I can't count. This is a picture of me and my friends when we went to prom. I decided to draw us as Bratz dolls, and I'm really proud of it. We look so good. As I mentioned before, that when I listen to certain songs, I like to imagine the outfits I will wear if I perform them. This is one of those songs, very K-pop-esque, like, oh, I'm the leader and this is what I will wear. Very superhero, if you will, diva. And this is a song. This drawing is based on a song called More Than a Lover by Brian McKnight Jr. If you're really into R&B, I highly recommend you listen to him. And this is what I envision. I can't talk. This is what came to mind when I heard that song. And I would like to create more art pieces based on how songs made me feel. Someone suggested I created utopian fashion. This is what I believe the king and queen will look like in that utopia. I was trying to experiment some with the king's fashion. Those shoes are horrendous though. Ugh. Okay, here's a pop art inspired sketch. But the paper quality was just terrible for this. The markers were fine on regular paper, but on this paper it just looked ooey. I may recreate this and turn it to a print, but I can't make this a print. Ooh. After I saw Wicked in theaters, I had to draw Alphaba and Glinda in my own style, and I'm gonna put a side by side of the digital rendering of this. I think I did pretty good on my redesigns. Obviously, tweaks can be made, but I'm very proud of how I drew my Alphaba and Glinda. Glinda's dress is a little poofier than I wanted, but I still think it looks good. So my dream tattoo is a semicolon with angel wings around it. And this video was a challenge. I challenged myself to create this redesign of that tattoo for like 5 minutes, 1 minute, and 30 seconds for a YouTube video. I later deleted the YouTube video because I just didn't like it. And the rest of these pages are empty. But yeah, that is the end of the sketchbook tour. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts. And I hope you realize that not every sketchbook has to be aesthetic looking. You can have bad art in them. It is okay. It is your sketchbook. As always, have a good day, have a good night, have a good morning. Thank you for watching. Bye.